Hello everyone! Today, you will learn how to emulate Nintendo Switch games on a Steam Deck using EmuDeck. Before we begin, if you want to protect your online privacy when downloading or using emulators, you can use NordVPN. It keeps your IP address hidden and your connection private. Use the link in the description to try NordVPN at a great price. Now, let's get started. Before getting started, there are a few things that help make everything smoother. A wireless keyboard and mouse are highly recommended. While you can use the Steam Deck's built-in controls, it's far easier with a keyboard and mouse. It also helps to have a USB drive or external hard drive prepared with your ROMs or games, as you'll need access to them later in the guide. Once you've got everything ready, start by pressing the Steam button on your Steam Deck, scrolling down to power, and choosing the option to switch to desktop mode. This moves you into the SteamOS desktop environment. After reaching desktop mode, open your browser, usually Firefox or Google Chrome, and head to emudeck.com. Download the version made for SteamOS, and once the file is downloaded, drag it onto your desktop so it's easier to locate. Double-click the file, select Continue on the prompt, and the installer will launch. You'll be presented with two setup options, Easy Mode and Custom Mode. To keep everything fast and simple, choose Easy Mode. Then select where you want everything to install: internal storage, an SD card, or a custom location. Choose whichever option works best for your setup. After choosing the storage location, the installer will ask what device you're using, so select Steam Deck. Next comes the integration level, which determines how you launch your games. You can either use something like Emulation Station or have the games appear directly in your Steam library. Choosing the second option allows the games to appear seamlessly within Steam, so selecting the highest integration makes everything more convenient. Once your choices are made, click Finish to begin installing. The program will download and configure all recommended emulators automatically. This part takes a few minutes, and once it's complete, you'll see a finished screen that lets you continue. Choose the option to manually copy your games and open the emulation folder. Close any folder windows that automatically pop up and simply click Next where it says Waiting for Manual Copy. From here, launch Steam ROM Manager and then click Finish. You can now close the installer. The next step is manually transferring your games into the proper folder on your Steam Deck. Open Dolphin or your File Explorer and go to Home, then Emulation. Inside, you'll find the ROMs folder. This is where all your game files belong. Each emulator has its own subfolder, for example GBA, GBC, GC for GameCube, PS2, and so on. Just drag and drop your games into their correct folders. You can connect your external hard drive or whichever device holds your games, or you can download games directly to your Steam Deck if you prefer. Only use ROMs for games you legally own and support developers whenever possible. Once all your game files are placed into the appropriate folders, go back to your desktop and open EmuDeck again. Launch Steam ROM Manager. Click Pass to scan your games and let it download the box art and metadata. Then click Save to Steam, which adds the games into your Steam library. Now you can test things out. Loading up Game Boy Advance games should show that everything works smoothly, launching directly from your Steam library. For heavier systems like PlayStation 2, you might encounter an error where the game doesn't start, which is normal since PS2 emulation needs a BIOS file. To fix this, switch back into desktop mode and navigate to the BIOS folder inside the emulation directory. Drop your PS2 BIOS file into that folder. Reopen EmuDeck and use the BIOS checker tool on the left side. A green check mark means everything is set correctly. Switch back to gaming mode, open your library, and go to Collections. Your PS2 games should now launch properly with full controller support already configured. With that, you have full emulation running on your Steam Deck with no hassle. Before we end, remember that using NordVPN is a smart way to protect your privacy when downloading tools and browsing websites. It hides your IP address and keeps your connection secure. Use the link in the description to try NordVPN for a great price.